Marvel's Avengers game. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, I think it's okay. This game has some great highs, but at the same time has some moments where you think, why is this in the game? But let's get into it by starting off with the campaign.
Sounds pretty big for an accident.
There are no accidents.
Thor, Tony, check it out.
The story campaign is actually pretty good, and I enjoyed it for the most part. It has some great moments in there which make you feel like you're reading a comic book. The intro scene is amazing. Playing as Kamala Khan, a huge Avenger fan, attending a convention on the Avengers, was done so well. And seeing her meeting all the different Avengers made for some great moments, especially this moment with Thor.
Apologies. You're very small and hard to see. There is no need to cower before a son of Odin, though I understand the impulse. What is your name?
Oh, Kamala Khan.
And what is that thing you are holding?
Oh, it's a high-density muon beam. A Model 3 repulsor club. It's Tony Stark's first love.
Odin's beard. About as intimidating as the man himself, hmm?
Oh, you're funny.
Yes, I am.
The game also has a lot of fan service moments as well. One of these was when Kamala meets Captain America for the first time.
And the mob, and the press, and the whole world tell you to move. You plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth. And you say no. You move.
What?
Who said that? A real fan would.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get out of here.
Great. And they're out of comics.
You know, for what it's worth, I thought that was pretty brave.
The campaign has quite a few of these brilliantly made scenes, which honestly really surprised me, as I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. And yes, I had low expectations because I honestly thought the campaign would be just thrown together. But after playing through it, it's actually pretty decent. Yes, the campaign is pretty short. It's roughly around 10 hours long. And even though it does plenty good, it also has a lot of problems. This game feels confused at what it wanted to be. It had this campaign that had a lot of potential and a multiplayer aspect that just feels underbaked, at least for now. Playing through the campaign, though, made me just want a good single-player Avengers game. It made me think of how good this game could have been if that was the sole focus of it. And you can see how the split focus between the single-player story and multiplayer content has affected the game. Like the story, for instance. It really suffered from some pacing issues. It all felt very rushed. It was as if some parts of the game were just cut out just to make the campaign shorter. And that's a real shame. Still, it does have some really great scenes.
Too kind a word for a grotesque thing like you.
Woo! Close call!
Now, let's talk about gameplay. So, the game, when stripped down to its core, is basically a beat 'em up, which you can say most comic book games are. And it's fun. Fighting as these heroes, being able to do all the moves you can picture them doing, was great. Seeing Captain America ricochet his shield off enemies, Thor bringing the thunder, Hulk smashing his way through enemies, Iron Man firing rockets, and Black Widow fighting acrobatically felt as if I was watching action scenes from an MCU movie. The combat is easy to grasp, and as I mentioned previously, fun to play. There's a light attack and a heavy attack, along with 3 special moves. And that's basically it. It's all very repetitive, but I can see why it may be fun for those playing with their friends or people who love to grind, level up, and get the different cosmetics available from the challenge point system. Overall, the gameplay loop is very repetitive, but can be cool when combined with story elements like Thor's side missions I thought were pretty neat.
Hello. Just like old times.
Overall, in my opinion, Marvel's Avengers is somewhere between an average and good game. Do I recommend whether you buy or skip it? Well, I would recommend you maybe wait and see. Because as of right now, I do not think this game is worth the $60 price tag it has. Maybe though, down the line, when more content is released for the game, it will be. Still, I would recommend buying it when there's a good deal available, where it's offered at maybe half the price or maybe even $40. Especially if you are just buying it to play the story campaign. Still, it will be interesting to see how this game performs once new characters are introduced, along with new missions. It's definitely one to keep an eye on.